Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Natasha Noriel. Here on my channel we get painted together and we do all kinds of different little looks. And we talk about things going on in the drag community right now. I call these videos GPWM, Get Painted With Me. It's just like Get Ready With Me except for drag. You already know. And today we're going to talk all about the virus, how we're coping with it, how are we still doing shows and performing and making money while this is all going on. And at the same time, we're gonna do this quick little fun, Star Trek-y, alienesque, jungly, virusy, but I don't know, green look. So if you're interested, keep on watching. Alright everybody, welcome back. I wasn't sure what I wanted to talk about today, so I've decided to just kind of chit-chat with you guys about the virus and everything going on right now, and being a performer, and kind of navigating through that. And I think if you like having fun today, since it's going to be Halloween in a couple weeks, I bought some of this really cheap body makeup. Literally the cheapest you can get. Because I didn't feel like spending the money on it. I've used this stuff before, twice, and one time it worked really well for me, another time it was really chunky and terrible and wouldn't do what I needed it to do. But if that's the case, so be it. I've already got my contacts in. I always put my contacts in first because I don't want green fingers digging into my contacts and putting them in my eye after I'm done. Now I honestly can't remember if I'm supposed to prime my face for this or not, but I'm doing it. I'm going to start with the bottom of my face before I go up to the top and glue my eyebrows. So I'm taking some of this green on this beauty blender. Okay, so performing with Corona going on. Things have been so new and so difficult for everybody in every field. And in entertainment it's hard because our way as a society of like cutting loose and having a good time is gathering together and going out, whether it's getting together and seeing a movie or a play or a sports game. And with so many precautions to consider, and so many things being shut down, it's gotten increasingly difficult. Obviously it's difficult for those who are going out to see a show, but it's really difficult for the performers as well. As you know, a lot of us pay our bills with this money that we earn performing, but even if you're not one of those people, I know a lot of entertainers that mentally are having a hard time with it because performing is their passion, it's their outlet. It's something therapeutic that they need to do for their mental stability. Not that any of us are that mentally stable. I'm getting a little bit of my ears with it because even though my ears should be mostly covered by my wig, I still want it to look green. Now this coverage is really sheer and it's really splotchy, which is pretty much what you have to expect for 98 cents a tube. But if you want to do looks like these, they do have better quality materials. You can get like paint sticks like how I use the Krylon TV paint stick. You can get that in a variety of colors, or just get a higher quality brand of face paint. I also feel like I want to go in with this yellow, to kind of use this almost like a highlight and contrast. So how do you continue to be a performer with everything going on right now? I know a lot of you out there are scared because you know people whose immune systems are compromised, or maybe yours is. And with so many people suffering from things like COPD or cancer or breathing issues, lupus, HIV, whatever, you know, you don't want to bring anything home that's gonna potentially make you way more sick and hurt you. I mean, one obvious answer to that is, oh, well, just stay home, but how long do you stay home? Like for the rest of your life? We don't know how long this stuff is gonna last, how long they're gonna stretch this out. And I want to hit the stage, goddammit. The dogs agree. So I'm lightly patting some of the yellow onto the green in certain areas that I just want brightened up. And the darkest part of the green I'm going to leave as like the contour. See, that's what annoys me right there. Is sometimes you have to be really careful with this cheap stuff because it just picks up all the pigment you just put down. Okay, now I'm going to Wet n Wild Shade Stick. Wet n Wild. I'm really breaking the bank today. And I'm going in here to kind of help contour. Going under my chin. Anyways, I understand how nervous people are out there about going out there and trying to perform in this environment right now. So for those of you that stay home and don't go out, I totally understand why. Me personally, I can't. I have to go out there. I just need to be out there and perform. But how do you do that safely? Now the CDC and the health departments and all that have made all kinds of rules of what the venues that are still choosing to have entertainment come have to follow. But I feel like everywhere I go, it's different. Some places make you wear a mask while you perform on stage. Some places don't. You know, some places enforce their customers to wear their masks at all times unless they're sitting down with a drink in their hand. Other places are a little bit more lax on it. And I'm sure all of this is just based on their own laziness or not of wanting to get their people together. But for you as the entertainer, I can understand how it'd be troublesome to have a drunken customer get in your face and talk to you and try to hug on you and have a good time and give you their dollar bills or whatever, and their mask is all the way down their face. They're yelling and breathing on you because you're in a loud, crowded environment and they want to talk to you, and you're probably freaking out on the inside. I'm taking this sugar pill acid berry to sort of attempt to set this face before I do my eyebrows. Thankfully, the look I'm going for is kind of like Virus Queen, so it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't necessarily need to be pretty. It's going to be kind of crackly and weird, and mostly just hoping it turns out okay in the end. Okay, so I'm going to alcohol my eyebrows and then glue them with the Prozaid. You know, here in Ohio, I don't know about everywhere, but we stop liquor sales after 10 p.m. and the patrons have to be out of the bars by 11. So that's made things difficult at places where sometimes they don't have their shows until then or later. Bars have had to really adjust and try to find things to work with these new restrictions. I noticed tons of places are having drag brunches, which is awesome. Those usually go over really well, they're a hit. But now with there being so many of them, you're just kind of hoping that people don't get tired of them because they're like every week. Also, a lot of bars have kind of just closed down for now because if they're primarily a nightclub and the people they cater to are people who come in late at night, they're not able to do business for them. Or there's places that have just canceled shows for now because they know that that probably brings in a big crowd. You don't want the health department calling you or showing up at your door and there's too many people to control and you get fined or lose your liquor license or whatever. It's scary right now for business owners. We already have a big lack of gay clubs, and unfortunately with everything going on right now, more will probably keep on closing. I'm taking that acid berry to powder over and set my brows the same way I would my normal base powder. Looking very Swamp Thing. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm going back in with that green cream makeup and I'm going over my forehead. I'm sure a lot of you out there that are like makeup perfectionists are looking at me like, this fucking bitch. Because I'm so not a perfectionist. I'm like, if this works, slap the shit on and run out the door. And then back in that yellow to highlight. I'm not too worried about my chest or the lower part of my neck because what I'm wearing is just gonna zip right up to here. And my suggestion is whenever you go out, if you're super nervous about the environment, is take the rules into your own hands. If you see customers or bartenders or other entertainers, you know, kind of not being safe or not conforming with, you know, what is basically the law right now, let them know that what they're doing makes you uncomfortable. Even if you're afraid that's gonna make you come off a certain way, it doesn't matter, it's your safety that's at risk, so let them know what you're comfortable with. If they're getting a little too close to you and they don't have a mask or whatever, just be like, hey, excuse me, mask please. I mean, don't be one of those shitheads like in Walmart that starts screaming and threatening and getting in someone's face because whatever the case is, but you could do it in a respectful way. Mace people with Lysol. A little... Did that burn, BB? That's the Clorox. But ultimately, it's your choice whether you want to perform or not. You can't control other people. You can really only control yourself and do your part. So I think now I'm going to go right into eyes. I'm not going to do an eyebrow today. I'm feeling very alienesque. So I'm just going to use my P. Louise base to kind of swoop out an eye shape. Ooh, that's fun. I'm going to my Juvia's Place Masquerade Minis palette. Wouldn't it be really fun if there was actually green people out there? Actually, probably not really when you think about it. Racism's already bad enough. And now I want to take a bright orange. It's like the creature from the Black Lagoon's wife went on vacation. She said, "You never take me anywhere nice anymore. Always the swamps, never Tahiti." A little Ben Nye ice in the corners. Okay, this is turning out a lot better than I thought it would. Okay, so now I'm going in with the black eyeliner. Now one thing you can do that a lot of girls are doing, if you don't want to perform in a club on a stage with Miss Coronavirus sitting next to you in the dressing room, is of course doing these Facebook live shows. Now there's advantages and disadvantages of doing the live shows too. It keeps you safe and you're able to control your environment and actually still get to perform how you want to, but also it's just not the same performing for a camera as it is in front of an actual audience. I have to have the audience there with me when I perform. I have to feed off their energy and feed off the clapping or the cheers or the whatever. A virtual crowd just doesn't hit the same for me. But it is a decent option for those that are in need of the money and they can put their PayPals or their Venmos or their Cash Apps up there so that people can still tip them. Also, I've seen virtual pageants out there, which I'm not super huge a fan of. There's that bird again. However, I understand the importance. There's systems out there that have girls that are interested in competing, and doing it live or through sending in videos is one way to do it. It's certainly safer right now. I have a pageant coming up in just a couple of weeks that's going to be live on stage in person, and although I'm extremely excited about it, I've been doing lots of pageant prep and just feels like good times. There is that little bit of you that's concerned about, you know, small dressing rooms and spreading all the girls out and making it as safe of an experience as possible. Now typically I'm not someone who's really scared per se. I don't really worry too much about these kind of things. I'll put on my mask and do what I gotta do, but I perform at bars and nightclubs around people. I work at Walmart around people all day. So if it happens, then it happens. Okay, I'm gonna take some black eyeshadow and kind of do a little, you know? Meanwhile, let me know in the comments how you guys are coping with everything right now. Are any of you entertainers out there that are currently performing or currently trying to perform? Or are you someone who is just avoiding it altogether for right now, for your own mental and physical health? That bird's gonna outlive my whole family. Now I can't seem to decide if I need to have a little blush and bashful time BB. I'm not sure I need it. What color do I use? I'll decide that later and move on to lips. Now at first I was gonna do like what would a green alien woman's nude lip be? And I was gonna do like a soft light green with a little gloss over it, but I lied. The way I typically cope with things that are difficult is by laughing through it, joking about Miss Old Coronavirus, Miss Worldly Pandemic 2020, but that's just my personal way of coping with things. The more awful and tragic and terrible it is, the more I'm gonna find ways to joke and laugh about it. And it's not to be disrespectful, that's just how I get through it. Let me know what works for you. Hopefully you're staying away from the drug and the liquors, because that'll get you, girl. I want to brighten it up just a tad. Taking a little bit of clown white on my finger, like a filthy beast. And just brightening her a little. Today I'm gonna highlight with Ben Nye Aztec Gold. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is take this NYX Professional What's the Point little marker thingy here, add some little bottom strokes here. Then I'm going to throw on my hair, my outfit, and I think that's a goddamn wrap. Greetings, Earthlings. This alien invasion is about to get sickening, honey. Alright, so there you have it. Sort of fun green alien look. I look like one of those Star Trek people. Like I've got the outfit, the green skin. Although, in all reality, if aliens ever did show up here and were like, take me to your leader, we'd be like, are you sure that's a good idea? Just saying. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed our little chat, painted ourselves green and had a good old alien time together, and chit-chatted a little bit about everything that's going on right now with the virus and all that. Let me know, are you still performing right now? Are you not performing? Do you have any plans of going out there? Or are you just staying in your house and calling it a day? My eyelash is pissing me off today. Anyways, I had a great time. I hope you did too. And until next time, night night.